All 4-year-olds will get high quality instructional education by creating that new grade.
Last year, Governor Gavin Newsom trumpeted a multi-billion-dollar plan to transform early childhood learning. It would bring 4-year-olds into the public school system in transitional kindergarten, or TK. But just a year into the rollout, Newsom's plan is causing big problems in the childcare industry. Here's why. 4-year-olds cost the least because they require the fewest childcare staff. So historically, providers made money on 4-year-olds, but lost money on infants. But TK has upended that balance and put some childcares out of business. Experts say these impacts could have been alleviated if state leaders had talked to childcare providers first. Instead,
There's the really positive ends of the expansion,
Alethea Arguelles is the executive director of First 5 San Diego. That's a nonprofit advocating for children under age 5.
but I think just really honoring what those potential impacts are in our community or the real impacts in the community.
She asked for water.
Impacts on childcare providers like Murin Algori. These days, her phone is constantly ringing, but all the calls are from parents asking for infant care.
I want to say 90 to 95% of them are for infants and toddlers.
But Algori doesn't take infants. If she did, she'd only be able to take 4 at a time. That's because of state licensing requirements.
If my ratio for infants is 4, and I'm not getting phone calls for children 2 and up, it means that I'm going to have to decrease to caring for only 4 children.
She'd have to let go of her assistant and charge far more per infant to stay profitable. A new San Diego County YMCA survey found that more than 3/4 of childcare businesses have lost children to a TK program. Many respondents said their business was suffering as a result. And providers aren't just losing kids, they're losing staff. That's because in the next 3 years, San Diego public schools will need 4 times as many TK teachers. And Arguelles says many of those teachers will be recruited from childcare centers.
They're already having a challenge in retaining or recruiting and retaining qualified staff. And now when we see potentially more seasoned, trained staff, head teachers, center directors that are saying, this might be a viable career path for me to go into this, the TK through 12 system.
TK teachers working at public schools get better pay, better hours, and more vacation time than childcare workers. That's appealing to people like Kimberly Watkinson.
From TK teachers and kindergarten teachers, obviously it's not like the pay of a doctor or an engineer, right? But it's significantly better than a preschool teacher.
She'll graduate from SDSU with an early childhood education degree next year. In the past, many like Watkinson went on to work at preschools or childcare centers. But that's rarely the case now. So says Sasha Longstreth. She's the chair of SDSU's Child and Family Development Department.
They can focus on experiential learning. They can focus on developing children's social and emotional skills. And once children get into kindergarten, first grade, where it's primarily math and literacy, and these other activities take a back seat.
In part 2 of this series, we'll look at whether TK classes and other elementary school systems are being designed for the attention spans and emotional needs of 4-year-olds. Claire Trageser, KPBS News.